Hi, I'm GiGi Sosnoski, and welcome to my Keep Looking Up Motivational Astrology forecast for the month of March 2011. The theme for this month, use your imagination. Unfortunately, here in New Zealand, we are dealing with the aftermath of the cataclysmic earthquake that did hit Christchurch recently. So I hope you do join me in sending your prayers, your good wishes, your positive thoughts to the beautiful people there. But even in the darkest of times, our imagination can really give us the power to move ahead and create a more beautiful and successful future for ourselves and our loved ones. In fact, greater imagination and greater intuition are two of Neptune's gifts that are being offered to us in this Pisces month. The Pisces-Neptune vibe this month really encourages more of that right brain usage, which is great for that visual and intuitive expression. So definitely think about highlighting those things in your life this month. Honor your powers of imagination. Honor your powers of invention. Think about what you want to do, where you want to be, what you want to become. All of those things are possible this month. Explore some of those hidden talents as well. Experiment with music and art and dance and photography and spiritual expression. Again, all of those things more easily found in this month of March. Now, what can we expect for the major 6 areas of our life this month? How can we take advantage, perhaps, of the ebb and flow of the planetary energies to bring more success into many areas of our life? Well, the first major one, love and relationships, are certainly going to be highlighted. It is a great month, by the way, for using our imagination to reignite the sparks in our relationship, rekindling the feeling that we have with our significant other. Explore mutual interests, things you can do together. Perhaps also a good month for telling your loved ones how much you do appreciate all that they've done for you, all that they bring to your life, and all that you share together. Take advantage, certainly, of that new moon in Pisces on the 4th, which is all about finding a new form of love expression, and definitely a good day to begin something new together on that eventful time. As well, are you searching for the one? Well, there's a good chance of finding the one this month, or at least one that holds a strong sort of, soul-tugging kind of fascination for you. And definitely increase the likelihood of that by joining up with like-minded individuals or taking on a new interest that you've always wanted to get involved with, or perhaps even thinking in terms of new socialization for a better likelihood of bumping into someone who will be a little more significant in your life. With Venus entering Aquarius on the 3rd as well, that's going to open up the social realm for all of us. In fact, that's a great time for new connections, saying yes to invitations, being more proactive in introducing yourself to situations and making small talk to keep that attraction going. What about the work situations for March? Well, with regard to our work, Mars will be in Pisces for all of March, and that's going to perhaps encourage us to explore better ways of using our imagination or creativity in our work or our job search. So again, a wonderful time for thinking about unique approaches to promoting yourself, promoting your business, showcasing what you do in a more original way. It's also a great time, by the way, to get involved in different group or community endeavors. Definitely volunteer for something. Share a connection with new networking people and new interests in that respect. And again, show what you have to offer. Be more demonstrative in helping others to know who you are. Visualize also your work environment. See it as a more pleasurable, more harmonious, more fortuitous type of environment. And that will certainly also help it to perhaps manifest. The full moon in Virgo on the 19th, by the way, is a culmination perhaps of your hard work and efforts finally coming to a head. Don't be perhaps overly fussy or too critical during that time, but again, a good day to think in terms of bringing everything together. What about finance? Well, finance for the month of March is very much about rose-colored dreams when it comes to what we want to acquire. But again, consider the realities before you jump in, before you say yes to any new investment. With the Mercury and Sun also in alignment with Jupiter in that wonderful dynamic sign of Aries, we're coming into a time of new aggressiveness, new assertiveness when it comes to our financial security issues, as well as perhaps, what we would like to do for our future investments. But consider the risks. Make sure that your efforts are not just a reflection of your ego. That is something definitely to consider. What about about family? Well, family for March is going to be very much about wanting to help others, but beware of playing the martyr. The urge to save others and take care of those that you love is going to be very strong, but make sure you're not neglecting your own concerns. The pull towards more spiritual connection, again, connecting with family and expressing how you feel and perhaps, new interests that you could do together is also going to be highlighted, especially on that new moon in Pisces on the 4th. Again, that's about coming together for perhaps more sympathetic energy, greater compassion and loving energy. Certainly a wonderful time to, again, tell others how you feel about them. With Mercury also moving into Aries on the 10th, that opens the window for more assertive thinking, more assertive expression. A good time to tell people how you really feel. Now, what about health? Well, health for March is very much about holistic modalities that might be helpful in your well-being. Actually, doing the usual healthy thing, eating well, lots of fruits and grains and vegetables are always wonderful, but also think in terms of balancing your life, balance between work and play, balancing perhaps some of those energies, finding outlets for them. Think about creative expression and spiritual endeavors. All of those things can really be a part of balancing the wholesomeness in your life. Remember to abstain, though, from any kind of indulgent behavior. Remember and think about Zen. Zen in, Zen out when it comes to moderation, harmony, and balance in all things for your health this month. And what about self? Well, that shouldn't be last, but it seems to be. Certainly when it comes to yourself, work on your creative and spiritual ideals. Use your imagination. Use that beautiful intuitive flow. Those are going to be very magnified now. And really encourage that beautiful creative spirit within you. Applaud that quirky nature. Applaud that unique part of yourself that is a little dreamy or sensitive, because that's all a part of you and that needs to be heard as well. Also, very important thing to remember for the month of March, the equinox. Definitely getting to celebrate the equinox on the 21st of March when the sun moves into Aries, and that is a dynamic time for beginning again, renewal, new energy forward, and implementing a lot of those visions for tangible results. Now, what about birthdays for March? Well, if you have a birthday on one of the following days, this is perhaps an indication of some of the things that you will be looking at for your year ahead. Now, if you have a birthday between the 6th and the 7th of March, strong Saturnine energies are really going to be prominent. So make yourself a priority this year. Honor your health. Definitely detach from kind of negative elements of your life or negative types of people. Learn to say no and stick up for yourself, and definitely be a little more self-sufficient when it comes to your relationships. If you have a birthday between the 10th and the 11th of March, that's all about Venus, Jupiter. So a wonderful outgoing kind of expression will be yours this year. It's a great time where you will feel connected with others. Great for favorable public contact, by the way. New friends, new involvements, new creative concerns, all of those things will be part of your year ahead. If you have a birthday on the 19th of March, wow, that's the full moon in Virgo. So that's all about combining intuition and feeling with more of those practical day-to-day concerns of your life. So watch the details, be more organized, adhere to the fine points. That'll help you be more progressive, not only in your work, but in your personal life. If you have a birthday on the 20th or the 21st of March, boy, that's not only the equinox, but that's a strong Uranian energy happening for you for this year. So expect the unexpected. There will be changes to you, to your work, to your environment, to your well-being, but I always say change equals opportunity. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to move ahead in your life. There will be new feelings of expression when it comes to your need for freedom, your need for independence, your need to do your own things in your own way. Definitely a wonderful time to move forward. Lastly, if you have a birthday between the 29th and the 30th of March, boy, that strong Pluto energy is all about releasing some of the old patterns of doing, thinking, or being in order to move ahead towards your objectives. So anything that's not in keeping with who you truly should be or what your true purpose is can now be let go of so that you can transform into better and new directions ahead. So what ways can you use your intuitive ability or your imagination to help yourself progress in the year ahead? Well, you can check out my website for a few more details. It's keeplookingup.co.nz, or my Facebook page, which will have my March forecast. It's in its entirety for you to read, and that is tiny.cc/KLU. So anyway, all best wishes for a beautiful March. Have a good one, and remember, keep looking up. Thank you.